Greetings from Jakarta. I believe that the best way to understand a city is using its public transportation system. As the largest megacities in the southern hemisphere, we have 11 million people, and with our surrounding, we have no less than 30 million people. So our public transport system must meet the demand of a city that is enormous, lively, and hectic. So we have made the building of an inclusive, reliable, and sustainable public transport system as our priority in the past 4 years. 2 years ago, we were the runner-up for the 2020 Sustainable Transport Award from the Institute for Transportation and Development Policy and from the Sustainable Transport Award Committee for the best improvement in public transport system. And this year, we took up a notch by taking the top spot in the 2021 Sustainable Transport Award. The back-to-back award stood as an acknowledgement of our commitment and tireless effort in continuously improving, continuously transforming public transport system. So how did we do it? We challenged ourselves by aiming high. So these are a few issues, few goals that we set. One, making sure that everyone can access the public transport within 500 meters of wherever they are. Number two, increasing public transport mode share. And number three, previously 25%, converting to 60% all of our city buses to electric buses by 2030, that we now have 30 buses in trials. Number four, expanding bike lanes to 500 kilometers by 2030, and now we have 63 kilometers, and we will have 101 kilometers more in the next year. So our success in these transformations has not only been achieved through adding more lanes, buying more buses, or building more stations. That was the easy part. The hardest part and the biggest part is making sure that our public transport system is truly and fully integrated. So Jakarta's public transport is nothing new. We have many public transport, however, they all were not integrated. So our journey is to integrate all public transport that was available into an integrated system. In the past, it's handled by different government agencies, different companies, and mostly working separately. So we tackled these issues, this problem, by creating a program called the Jaklingko. Jaklingko is our vision for an integrated public transportation system that consists of 3 items: integrated in terms of its route, integrated in terms of its pricing or ticketing, and integrated in terms of its management. So first, we integrated the different city bus services provided by different operators into Jaklingko. So this is the umbrella for integration of all bus services. This integrated system has created a much more reliable public transport. Next stop, we make sure people can move seamlessly between each mode of transportations. We created hubs and points of connections between the microbuses, the larger bus rapid transit buses, the newly built MRT, the light rail transit, also the commuter train, which are operated by the central government. So that is being integrated. We are also aggressively expanding our pedestrian facility. We built wide, safe, and comfortable sidewalk. So our aim is to transform walking and public transport usage in a city from a mundane daily routine into an exciting, into a memorable experience. And what we have achieved so far, we are proud and happy to share with you that just before the pandemic, we had tripled our daily city buses ridership. With only 3 years, the numbers of ridership jumped from 350,000 to 1 million per day. And Transjakarta, our BRT system, is now the largest public bus system in the world. We are also excited now transforming, improving, and expanding our public transport system has both social and environmental benefit as well. The economic benefits are clear. Connecting all areas in the city with inclusive public transport will increase economic activities, will provide more opportunities for all. Other than connecting places, public transport also connects people. Where private vehicle often separate us, it's the public transport that unite us. This is the main social benefits of public transport. And lastly, but perhaps the most urgent and important, is sustainable public transport is one of the key factors in combating the climate catastrophe. The latest IPCC report serves as a dire warning for us. We are on a course to reach 1.5 degrees Celsius of global warming within the next 2 decades. So we are officially in code red. So to stop the climate crisis, we need equitable access to public transport. However, to further expand and electrify public transport, we will definitely need more funding. $205 billion is needed every year to deliver these transformations by the next decade just in C40 cities, networks of world megacities. So long-term and stable government financial support is urgently needed. Without greater investment in public transport by all governments across the globe, we will not meet our climate goals. Investing in public transport must be made a priority. So let's spread this important message, and most importantly, let's work together and let's get things done. Thank you very much. Warm regards from Jakarta.